You know, there's nothing like being behind the scenes, nothing like being in the green room. And actually, Brandy looks a little greenish on the other side behind her, but so that's pretty cool. It's not green, it's kind of tannish green. But, you know, you'll get a chance to read all about Brandy, how wonderful she is. You can go read that long bio. I'm not going to read any long bios, but what I would like to do is just ask Brandy the question that's on your mind as you're tuning in right now, which is, who is Brandy? And more importantly, Brandy, what are you up to these days? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here, Shay. Thank you for the invitation. So excited to be with the Happy Entrepreneur Show. And since I learned about the Happy Entrepreneur Show, I have been addicted, totally addicted. I am tuning in. If I'm missing it, I am popping it right into my phone in the morning, because sometimes it's super late for me, especially where I live in Mountain Time, and it's it just sometimes with kids, right? So who is Brandy Shaver? I actually am a lead generation expert. I teach you how to build audiences, teach you how to build your business on social media without bugging friends and family and being a salesy weirdo. And what I'm up to these days, well, a lot of things. I just completed a it's a software that we built for network marketers. So I'm excited about that. And I'm building my own coaching business, which is totally exploding. It's been a lot of fun. And I love serving other people and collaborating with incredible people like Shay Brown. So I'm so excited to be here.
Well, good. It is an honor and a privilege, a treat and a treasure to have you on the show. And I'm curious, as we're behind the scenes, and I don't want to sound crazy, but folks might be wondering, you know, is this going to be a conversation around just believe that something's going to happen, toss up some fairy dust, and all of a sudden these raving fans fall out of the sky? Take a moment, if you would, and talk about, you could have picked any topic you wanted, but you decided that you wanted to talk about this. Why should the entrepreneur who's been working all day, just finished taking care of the kids right now, running their own business, why should they tune in to the episode that we're going to be talking about?
Absolutely. Great question, because here's the reason. The reason is your business does nothing until you have an audience. All right. So I don't care what business you have, whether it's coaching, network marketing, you have some sort of software or something that you are selling, you have to have an audience to sell that to. And building an audience on social media has never been easier, but it's definitely not fairy dust, right? And then all of a sudden the audience arrives. There's some key factors in play that you're going to want to learn on today's show. So excited to be here.
Some key factors. And key factors are always important. Look, just, in about 90 seconds or so, they might be curious, like, what's Brandy's big why? Like, why does she do this? Why is she so passionate about showing up and really helping entrepreneurs, dare I say, help the world?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I have learned about most human beings is that we love to serve others. And I am no different. I found a niche of people that really were struggling with building their business. They had this incredible product. They had this incredible, team of people, or they have an incredible coaching business, but they don't know where to find. They run out of people, kind of like your warm market, right? Of the people that know, like, and trust you. They run out of that. And once that happens, then it's like they become commission breath. And I'm sure that you've heard that term before. But when somebody comes at you and is always trying to sell, and I know, Shay, we talked about this on my show when you were over on my show, that you can't come across this way. You've got to come across as a servant leader. And so when you run out of people, it creates all this drama in your business. And it's really, really hard for you to get what you want when you're in that state of mind. And so what I do is teach people how to build audiences of incredible raving fans, of perfect prospects that you're looking for. So
build the audience of raving fans. For Doreen that's out there watching right now, for Michelle that's out there watching right now, for Kelvin, what's up, Kelvin, that's out there in Texas that's watching right now, you're in for a treat. You're going to learn how to build an audience. You're going to learn how to build raving fans. And when we come back in just a few seconds, I'm going to ask Brandy right off the gate, like, why do people even struggle with this? Like, entrepreneurs have heard 1,000 times they need clients, and why yet do they still struggle? We're going to find out when we come back. We've got a show to get off, so we're going to get started in 5, my favorite part, 4, I love doing this, 3, 2, 1. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission, I always like to make sure you're clear, is really to provide the resources that are necessary for you, the entrepreneur, for you, the dualpreneur, for you, the single mom, for you, the person that's married, for you out there doing big things with big dreams so you can execute that and get the revenue that you need. And I believe as you're watching right now, I always start off by saying there's really 3 visions that you have. I believe first, you always have a vision for yourself. There's a certain lifestyle that you want. When you talk to Brandy, if you're watching her shows, she'll tell you the exact same things. There's certain things that you want to do, a certain home you want to live in, a certain car that you want to drive, and it takes resources, which means it takes revenue to make that happen. And then there's a second vision that you have. You have a vision for your loved ones, the ones you care the most about. You know, the kids that you want to send to a school of your choice, or the check that you want to write for a cause that you believe in. Or maybe like me, tomorrow I get to hang out with Mother there. She's going back for shot number 2. No matter when you see this, you know what the shot number 2 means, right? And so I get a chance to take off. She's 15 minutes away. I get to go pick her up. And then she's going to be ordering on Amazon. She loves Amazon. How many know my credit card's on the other side of Amazon? She's always has so much fun. It takes resources. And then the third vision that you have is you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And that's why you're here tonight as well. And that vision is much bigger than yourself. And it takes resources. And I always like to use the analogy of Noah in the Bible. And you don't have to be a believer, although I'm a believer. And you can relate to the story, but Noah could have just did what he wanted to do. He could have built a boat for himself, took his family, got some chickens, a couple goats, and did his own thing. But no, he had a vision, and God gave him all the experience, gave him all the expertise. And imagine if you Noah, before you go on this big journey, imagine there's a knock at the door. You're like, yo, what's up? And back then they did say yo, by the way. Yo, Noah, what's up, man? There are no hammers in the house. No hammers, no problem. Boom, boom, boom. What's up? No, over here, there are no nails. No hammer, no nails. I never panic. In the back, yo, Noah, what's up? Yes. There's no wood and there's no people. Good luck, dude. Peace. And deuces, as they would say these days, deuces. And maybe that's you, by the way. Maybe you say, Brandy, you got a big heart, but you have no resource. So this morning, this evening, this afternoon, we're going to welcome the one and only Brandy Shaver to the house to talk about really how do you build an audience? How do you get raving fans? And how do you do the things you need to do? So what's up, Brandy? How are you?
Hello. So excited to be here. So excited. So first thing first is you are going to want to figure out who that perfect prospect is. Now, if you've been sold that everyone is your perfect prospect, guess what? That's going to waste a lot of time and a lot of resources and a lot of things that you're doing. So you've got to get clear on who your perfect prospect is. Now, if you have a coaching business, let's say, what does that perfect client look like? What age are they, right? Where do they live? What kind of home do they have? Like what kind of income they make? Because let's be real, right? If you have a coaching business and it's a certain price point, your perfect prospect has to be able to afford that, okay? So you got to get clear on that piece first. And that's number 1, is getting clear on who that is. And you're going to detail that out, right? Like Shay Brown, you know, he lives in Washington, D.C. He's got, you know, however many children. I have 6. So, you know, maybe Shay has 2. And you're going to figure it out exactly who he's looking for. Maybe he's married, right? All those things. Maybe he has a corporate job. Maybe he's an entrepreneur, right? Maybe he has his own talk show, whatever. But you've got to build out that perfect prospect. That's where it starts. So that's the first piece.
Building out the perfect perfect profile for Crystal Cunningham, who's watching right now, that says, hey, what's up, Brandy? She's out there. Get clear, by the way. Carmelita that's watching right now. What's up, Carmelita? And so many folks that are tuned in. What's the biggest challenge facing entrepreneurs? Like, why do they just not spend the time and the energy to do the things they need to do to build that audience when they know that's important? I mean, they'll write the book. They'll go out and they'll get a new website. And I'm not saying this is everybody. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, you know, the number one reason that most companies go out of business is they don't have an audience. There's no clients. So what has been your experience? What's the challenge that's holding them back? Because they really want to do it. What's been holding them back from doing it?
Yeah, the challenge is that number one, that they don't get clear on their target market or their perfect prospects. That's where it starts. They assume, right? If let's say you've got a skincare product that you've built and you're going to, everyone has skin, right? So how come not everyone is wanting your product? Well, maybe a 15-year-old isn't your best perfect prospect. So you've got to take time, and this does take time, and this is the painful stuff. And this is the reason people don't do it, because it takes thinking time. It takes you really getting clear. It takes asking hard questions. And this is the reason entrepreneurs, business owners, people that are, trying to build a business, traditional, online, offline, whatever, they don't do it because it's not fun. And when it's not fun, we don't want to do it, right? And so I found myself in my own, what I'm doing, not wanting to do it. I'll be like, no, I don't want to build that out. I already know. But if you get clear on your perfect prospect, and then the next piece is to build out their dreams, their wants, and their fears. And then you start posting or you start showing up for those people on social media, on whatever it is you're doing, live video. Maybe you have a page, right? Maybe you're doing a talk show. Maybe you're doing posting. You've got to show up for those people every day. You've got to get consistent, mastering the mundane. And it's not fun, Shay. It just isn't. Like, it's fun for a minute, right? But if you had to do every day, all day long, like, it kind of just gets old. You're like, I want to do something more exciting. Well, guess what? It's so basic. And that's the reason. And, my friend Jim Rohn, and I never met him in person, he always said, what's easy to do is easy not to do, right? And these are the things that people miss. It's just basic consistency, building out what needs to happen every day in your business. It's mastering the mundane.
I love it. I'm a big Jim Rohn fan, by the way, and rest his soul, but I loved him as well. Regina is out there. She's up in New York. New York, so nice. They named it twice, and Jim Rohn would say, if someone else can do it, so can you, by the way, and that's so cool. And so as you're saying that and you're talking, take a moment to talk about the importance of, as you're building an audience, the importance of maybe doing it organically, and then we'll come back and talk about how to do it using software or technology. Ooh, some people say, yuck, Shay, that technology. I know. I'll have Brandy talk about that. But first, for those folks that are doing it organic, I'm going to ask her maybe some strategies and tools that you're going to just do it manually. Like, you're just a bad mamma jamma. You're going to do it yourself. And then she'll come back and talk about how to make it easier. We'll say hello to Kathy McLean. She says the truth is being spoken. She's out there. Andre Hill is watching. What's up, Andre, down in Florida, Miami in the house.
Awesome.
All right, over to you, Brandy. Talk about doing it yourself.
Let's talk about doing it yourself. So organically means that you are going to put the work in every day, right? It's not automated. It's you going in and doing it. And you are going to once you figure out your perfect prospect, who they are, and you start posting and sharing content that is relevant to that perfect prospect, you've then got to go in, you've got to figure out where your perfect prospect hangs out. Okay. You've got to get super clear with that. Are they in, certain groups? Are they, moms groups, right? Is there health and wellness group that they're in, maybe that you have a product that would be super helpful? And you're going to go into these groups and you are going to provide value. It's kind of like in the real world, when there was a real world, right? When we actually hung out with human beings in networking events and like all the things, where you would get clear on what they were doing and who they were, and you would meet them and you would talk to them. It's going to be the same thing that you're going to do inside of groups, inside of Facebook, and you're going to start to draw those people to you because you are serving them first. And this is the key: answering questions, right? Providing incredible content. And we've got River that's now joining us.
That's fine. We love that, man. This is not the first time. It's family. You got to love family. Come on now. She's like, hey, Mom.
Yeah. She's ready for bed. It's school night here. So she's my youngest. Can you say hi? Say hi,
Hi. She's famous now.
Yeah. She's famous. She is famous for sure, for sure. Go sit down. I'll be done in
And
just a
she's
minute.
not camera shy at all. She ain't camera
Yeah.
shy at all, is she? She's just like mom. Like, look, I can do this thing. I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
ready. Put me on. Put me in, coach. Put me in.
She is totally, yes. So you've got to get into those groups and really get building relationships with people. And I know Shay and I talked about this on my show too when he was there. There's the other one. That's Ridge.
Mom has eyes in the back of her head, of course. That's a real mom, by the way.
Yep, that's Ridge. So you've got to get clear inside of your groups and providing value. That's the key for all your people building those relationships. And I think a lot of people have gotten away from that. They want to hide behind their screens, right? And we've gotten lazy, guys. And really what it boils down to, building relationships, caring about other people, finding the pain and offering your solution. It is not that difficult. It just takes time and practice. So that's an organic way of doing it. And then you're going to pump people back to your personal profile where you can build a closer relationship with them. Once you've friended them, you've got to give them more love. So you've got to get into what they're doing and get interested. Have you guys ever heard the thing, don't be interesting, get interested about other people? I mean, that's exactly what Shay teaches. Every time he's out, get interested about what's going on in other people's lives, right? Get interested in what they're looking for, interested in their pains, interested in their dreams, wants, and desires, right? Interested in them. It's not about you. It never was. Like, that's the key here.
That's the key. And what do you say to the persons out there watching saying, all right, Brandy, I get you. I'm smelling what you're cooking in the kitchen over there. I'm with you, but I'm like you, Brandy, or I'm like you, Shay. I've got little ones to take care of, and yours are big. I realize they're not little ones, but they're big ones that are there. I've got a husband to take care of, a wife to take care of. I've got a family. But so I'm trying to manage spreadsheets over here. And, oh, wait a minute, I got this tablet that's color-coded over here. And, oh, by the way, I use this Word document and moving things around. And as they're listening, they might say, phew, Brandy, that sounds good, but that's a lot of work. Can you take a moment and kind of maybe bring in a little bit about how maybe technology, for those folks who aren't techie, by the way, because some folks are not techie, and some folks hate it, by the way. I mean, it's a surprise because that's just not their jam. Take a moment to talk about the mindset around using technology and then how automation can help them scale their business as it relates to growing their audience and really connected with raving fans. So they might already be doing it manually, but they don't want to do all that hard work. They're like,
this is key right here. And I'm gonna share this, and you guys probably won't believe me, but I actually didn't know how to copy and paste when I got started. One of my friends had to teach me literally how to hit Control-C and Control-V on my computer to copy and paste. So if I can figure this out, I promise all of you can figure this out. So for those of you that are listening that are like, whoa, Shay's taking it to a whole nother level. Let's go to automation. What does that look like, right? And that is you wrapping your brain around, you can do hard things. Like, that's it. And you know what? You've got to learn every day. And you only have to tackle today. You don't need to know how to code a website right now, right? You just need to know how to copy and paste to move forward for today. So that's how you wrap your mind around it. Anytime you pick up a new phone, like, think about it, right? Anytime you pick up a new phone and it's got some new feature or something and you're like, I don't like this. But as you go, as you work through it, as you learn, it's going to get better and better and better. And adding automation into your business, it gives you your time back. It's actually a great way for you to build an incredible audience is by using automation and leverage. So there's a lot of ways to do it. We could go down the paid ads route. We could go down different technologies that we use, right? All those things, Shay, but you you learn one thing at a time, right? That's it. One thing at a time.
You learn one thing at a time. And I want you to, as she's talking and out there, I'm going to ask her in just a moment, don't worry. I'm going to say, well, we know, Shay, that there's this belief, and that's one of my 12 rules of life that I talk about, which is what gets measured gets managed. What gets measured gets managed. So take a moment. I'm bringing you back up now. Take a moment and talk about how software can help you track and help you manage so that you can prioritize. From what I've seen, I've been blessed to be behind the scenes to get a, I don't know, 1 2 minute
A sneak peek.
sneak peek. But from what I saw, there was 3 things I was looking for. 1, is it easy? And 2, what gets measured gets managed. So can I measure it? Can I see it? And can I visualize it in different buckets so I can prioritize what's the best use of my time? So take a moment and talk about the importance of being able to measure different prospects, because are different people you're tracking in your audience, so you can talk to them first, maybe before you talk to others.
Absolutely. This is a really key piece in what you do is, like Shay said, whatever you are managing, right? Like whatever you can see and is in front of your face is what you're going to be doing. And sometimes it's hard to get it all organized. These spreadsheets over here, and you've got this over here, and you're doing this over here. And that's what I built with Lead Magics. And you guys can check that out. It's leadmagics.com. You can go check it out. It's LEDMAGICX, and it will reopen on Friday. But it's a tool for you to get organized, and you can build funnels in there. Now don't freak out, because I know funnel is like a whole other thing, but it's going to tag people, basically, is what I would use with, like, maybe you did a curiosity post and you have people reaching out, right, about your coaching that you might be offering. Maybe you're adding to your team. Maybe you're doing a curiosity post about your product and you've got people reaching out, but you've got so many people in Messenger and it all gets lost, right, that you're able to use this tool and keep it really, really succinct, really organized. And like Shay's saying, you can go exactly to the top of where you need to go to get your DMO done. And that's your daily mode of operation. And let's talk about that for a second, because the only thing that makes you money building business is selling, right? Like, and I don't mean selling like a salesy weirdo. I mean serving other people, finding their pain and offering a solution. And those are the 2 keys. So not salesy like, Shay, buy my stuff, right? You've got to find their pain, and if what you have is a solution, then that's when you move them to the buying conversation, which, is what Shay does, which is really cool.
Yeah, I love what you're doing. I love how it's helping other entrepreneurs really make a difference in the world. Take a moment, if you would, and talk about the spirit of collaboration. Thanks to Angie Tusi and Tina Torres, you and I and your business partner, Benjamin, have an opportunity to collaborate and to speak. And one of our 12 rules of life, and it's just my 12 rules, I mean, they're anybody's. I mean, other people can't use them, but one of my 12 rules of life is collaboration crushes competition. I'll say that again. Collaboration crushes competition. Take a moment and talk about the power of collaborating and working with other folks.
Absolutely. So, the way that you can collaborate with others, well, the reason you want to collaborate with others is you share your audience with other people and they share your audience with them. And you both are providing value to a whole new audience. And that's actually how Shay and I, like he's saying, we got together on Tina Angel and Tina morning show, right? I always get it backwards because I knew Tina first. So the Angel and Tina morning show, that Shay and I were on that call together, and it was so much fun. And then I had Shay on my podcast where he provided a ton of value for my clients, my followers, right? And really what it does, this is the key right here, is that it creates you as a person of influence, right? Because now I'm hanging out with this incredible guy called Shay Brown, and we're hanging out with Tina and Angel, right? And then he's hanging out with Ben and Brandy that just built this whole new tool for people that are building their business using social media. And all these people are collaborating together, and all of our audiences are getting value, and it creates influence. It creates like a family almost of business people, and we're all lifting each other up. There's no competition here, right? There's only one Shay Brown. I can never be Shay Brown. There's only one Brandy Shaver, and there's only one Benjamin Pang and one Tina Torres. If you start with just collaborating with other people, your business will just explode. It's incredible what it can do for you.
Incredible what you can do for you, man. Said so well. I love it. I can't wait. We're moving to a segment now called Today is My January 1st. And for those folks that are listening and watching, you know what to do. You can look right below the video, and write those words. Today is my January 1st. That's right. Today is my January 1st. For those folks who want to know what am I talking about, today is my January 1st represents one of those moments that you don't wait for the calendar to say January the 1st. You create a January the 1st moment any day you make a decision, and that decision could change the trajectory of your life. And there's 1,000 decisions you make throughout the day, and any one of them makes your life go like this. You make a decision, you're going to work out. Yay! Remember that New Year's resolution? Or you're going to binge watch, right? You're going to sit back and watch Netflix. So much easier to watch Netflix, isn't it? Or you make a decision.
So much less work.
You love Netflix? I love Netflix. Ain't nothing wrong with Netflix. Today is still my January 1st. For those folks that are out there like Shelby that's writing today is my January 1st. Danetta Hudson who's writing today is my January 1st. To January the 1st is a fresh start. It's a do-over. It's my past back there. My past does not equal the future. So when I'm listening, Brandy, and I guess my question to you is when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what goes through your mind?
Oh my gosh, I get so excited about this statement. I guess today is my January 1st because it's a new day, a new, brand new day, beautiful day. It's the best day of your life, and you can serve other people. And that is what it all boils down to, is just picking yourself up, getting up the next day, and finding out who you can serve. And I can tell you right now, if you go into your day every day that way, like figuring out who you can serve, your business is going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Whatever you're doing, it's going to exponentially just keep doing what it's doing because it's the law of reciprocity. And you can't change laws. Like they're literally laws, right, for a reason. So that is what I would be excited about if January 1st was here every day.
That's right. Every day is a January 1st. Happy New Year to everyone, by the way. Happy New Year to you. No matter when you're seeing this, it doesn't matter. You get a fresh start right now. You know, there's an old phrase out there that's so true, and it's about consistency. And there's some folks right now, as they were listening, they're excited. Like, yes, I'm going to go build a Raving fans. Yes, I'm going to do something different. Just like they were excited back on December 31st after a couple drinks. Yeah. On the back of a napkin, they wrote down these New Year's resolutions, by the way. They were going to get going. They were really excited, but it didn't happen for them. Take a moment, if you would, and you work with clients every day. You work with yourself every day. You're like me. You're a parent. You know what that's like, right? So we know consistency is important. How do you teach your clients to be consistent in order for them to hashtag stay the course?
Absolutely. It's a great question. So how I teach my clients to be consistent, all of my students and everyone that is in my world, is I teach them how to narrow down their daily mode of operation. So like, it's got to be short. It can't be a list like this. Do you see this list? You don't even want to know what's on this list, but like a list, right? Like here's another list. How many of you are list takers? I'm a list taker. And what that does is it's laying out everything that you need to get done, right? But when you see all these things on this list and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got like hundreds of things on my list to do. How am I ever going to get this done? Stick it to 3 a day. And they need to be, number one, building your audience of raving fans. Okay, focus on there. Engaging with that audience of raving fans. Okay, that's another one. And then you've got to appreciate that audience and promote to that audience. So those are the 4 things, but you've got to figure out what makes sense for your industry, what you're doing. But you've got to have that daily mode of operation. And then you've got to put it in your calendar, right? Because let's be honest, Shay just nailed it with his, January 1st and working out deal. If you didn't put that in your calendar and you don't have it scheduled in, and like, you're like, oh, well, I'm just probably going to try to figure that out, right? Like, I don't know, maybe I'll do that after I get off work. Maybe, depending on if I get dinner done and kids' homework and all that thing. How do you think that's really going to happen? Like, any part of anything that just came out of my mouth, is that really going to happen? Is that workout like set in stone? That's what you have to do with your daily mode of operation. And that's why we started off this show talking about mastering the mundane, mastering that mundane, little things every day that's going to move you forward.
Little things every day that will move you forward. So listen to you, Brandy. Number of folks out there probably wondering, Shay, what type of clients does Brandy work with these days? If you've even taken any clients, by the way. And secondly, how can they best even connect with you? So as you're listening right now, I want you to listen with an ear as she's talking about the type of clients that she works with. Like, hey, is this me? Is this something for me? Or is it someone I know that I can pass this forward? And then on the other ear, as you're listening right now, say, well, this is how to connect with her. So it's a 2-part question. Number 1, what type of clients are you working with? And number 2, how can they best connect with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So anybody that's building a business online, maybe you're just starting out in social media. Maybe like today I had a 52, he'd been in the network marketing industry for 52 years, all old school, right? And then he wants to now build his business on social media, but he's looking for someone that can teach him how to do that he relates to. So I did a little call with him. We got clear in what he was looking for, right? So either or, it's all based in me teaching you how to build your business on social media with leverage and automation. And that's basically what I do. Those are perfect clients, right? How you connect with me is you can connect with me on Facebook. It's Brandy Shaver, SHER. So not like Cher the singer, but SHER, shaver.com/formula. I don't have a fancy text number yet. I need to get one. I just haven't done it, right? It's on my list. It's on my list, Jay, of things to do. But yeah, that's how you find me, and you can get my freebie by just typing in there and going just back or /formula, and then if you just go to brandyshaver.com, it's right on that main page. So you can find me anywhere. Just go search it, and if you can't, send Shay a message. He'll tell you how.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. There's no question about that. You know, we're moving to a segment now called Rapid Fire. And Rapid Fire is we get to ask any question on our mind, and you can either answer it, Brandy, or you can pass, by the way.
Okay.
And one of the first questions we ask every single time, well, I don't know, almost every single time, is one of my favorites. Of course, they're all my favorites, but I really like this one because it gives us an opportunity to walk away with what's in your heart, like you've already been sharing. And the question is, of all the mentors that you've had across this journey of life, and you've had so many mentors, what's one idea, we don't really care about the mentor personally, but what's one idea you've learned from that mentor that you can pass on to us? And you watching now, you all can lean in. Y'all can lean in with me and say, thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you. Because she couldn't wait to share this with you, by the way. All right, so what's the one lesson you've learned?
Yep, I'm leaning in. So here's the deal. The one lesson I learned from the mentor that probably taught me the most was grit. Grit, just sticking to it. You can learn anything, and you can do hard things. Even a girl that couldn't copy and paste from a little teeny tiny town could build a multi-million-dollar business on social media from her house in the middle of a teeny tiny town with no people here. So grit, that is my just sticking to it and learning, growing, just keep going. Don't give up. That's just the main thing there. That's how you get it done.
Yeah. What was one of the challenges that maybe you had across any of your business that you had to, maybe there was some setback, you had to turn that into a comeback? And what was the lesson that you learned in being able to overcome something?
Yeah, that's a great question, Shay. So mine would be, I had to overcome my fear of technology. So when you asked that question earlier for people, that aren't techie, I totally felt that in my gut. Because I seriously remember sitting in my basement. It was when my office was downstairs, and I was running a salon. I had 6 kids. Nate was working 4 jobs, my husband. We were trying to make ends meet. And I had just taken on this whole figuring out this marketing thing online. And I would sit in my basement and I would watch 2 minutes of a teeny tiny video to teach me what I was doing on YouTube or whatever. And then I would push pause, right? And I would go over and do it on what I needed to do for my website or whatever I was building. And I would literally sit in that basement and cry. And then I would get in the shower and I would cry because it was hard. And I didn't want my kids or my husband to think I was a huge failure and I was being a big baby. So I would always cry in the shower where they couldn't see me. But it's overcoming those things that you never learned that you have to learn to move your business forward. It's just part of what we do. You just have to learn new things every day, keep growing and picking up and going every day.
Picking up and going every single day. How important is that? The question comes up on these shows, and I hate the question, but I think it's so cool, by the way. They say, you got all these books that you read, and what's a book that comes to your mind that you've read that you're like, wow, this book was one of the eye openers for me. But I love it because you've read so much, we can't even remember all of them. So something always pops top of mind to you. Now you got to take the Bible. That's not a book. That's his own methodology, right? It's his own thing over here. And Think and Grow Rich, God bless it. It's over here somewhere. But if any of the other books, and you get so many along the time, which one kind of like, you know what? Now that I'm thinking, this one is what I want to share right now, and why. And we can all benefit as we're listening in as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a super simple book. It's one of the first ones that I read when I got involved in building online, and it's The Slight Edge. And if you haven't read it, it's a really, really great book. It's an easy read. I've read it more than once, but it really puts you into perspective of what you're doing and breaking it down. Just exactly like I was telling you, you don't need a list of 100 things, right? You just need a few things done every day to make progress. And that's what that book's all about. You will love it if you haven't read it. I would go grab it for sure.
I love it. I love it. As we're coming down the home stretch, what does Brandy do for fun when she's not out saving the world, by the way? I mean, you're not always saving the world. Like, so, you know, what do you do that's just fun, that's just relaxing?
Yeah, so I like to travel, and I love hanging out with my family. And let's see, what else do we do for fun? We like to snuggle, and we do love to watch Netflix, especially in the age that my kids are now. Mermaid movies and Minecraft. That's what we do.
Well, you can't leave us on the edge. Would you like to travel? And you've traveled. You got to tell us a place you traveled to. You can't say, well, you know, I like to travel, by the way. It was a lot of fun, and I've had fun doing that.
I go to beaches. Anywhere with ocean, sand, and sun, I'm totally there. So if you guys ever have an opening and you need me to join you, just send me an invite. I'm totally there. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love how you do. Second to last question as we come down the home stretch, and as you're sitting on the other side over there, take a moment to talk about just the importance, which you did a little earlier, but I think it's so important to revisit that. But the importance of really understanding your target audience. I loved how you opened up the show, which is, you know, you're not for everybody, you're for somebody. And in so many words, you are the Tylenol to someone's headache right now. So take a moment to talk about the importance of knowing your audience so that you can grow that audience and you can create the raving fans. I just wanted you to mention that one more time. For those folks that are tuning in, you can hit the share button. If we haven't said that. You can hit the share button. And you can go ahead and pay this message forward. Like, you can share this message forward. You know, Brandy's okay with that. She's not asking for a Cash App payment or a Zelly payment. So you can hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, just write those words, serve plus add value. And isn't that what Brandy's doing right now? She's serving and adding value, which is so cool. So hit the share button, hit the watch party button, and pay this message for it. Please do it now. Do it now. Do it when? Do it now. Help another entrepreneur. All right, over to you, Brandy.
Absolutely. So with your target audience and getting really clear on that, how we talked at the first of the show, is figuring out who your perfect prospect is. Then every message that you put out, every time that you are like going live, posting, whatever you're doing, you're speaking to that perfect client. And maybe I know this has happened to you. For those of you that are listening, I know this has happened to you. Is that, and we've got another stalker, but I know this has happened to you. Is you have gone into somewhere, whether it's a book, whether it's a social media post, whether it's, you know, whatever. And you've read something and it's totally, just totally like hit you right in the guts, right? Like you're just like, oh my gosh, they were talking to me, right? They were talking to me. And that's what you can do if you understand who your perfect prospects are. If you understand their pains, wants, and desires. It all boils down to this. And I'm going to say it one more time. It's not about you, and it never was. And if you can wrap your head around that entire thing right there, you're moving forward. You are going to be successful in your business. So
wow, you're going to be successful. We want to say thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You're a mom. I'm like, how does she even stay focused? I mean, I'm not going to ask the question, ladies. She's like a mom. I'm like, wait a minute, how does she even stay focused? She's like, do.
You have no idea. These are my last two, the two youngest. And so I've grown a lot. I have a lot more patience. But to stream this show, right? I took their internet away. I was like, look, I need all the juice I can get, and you have no internet. That's how come they keep bugging me. They're like, it's time for bed, and I haven't used all my internet time yet. So, yeah, you know, kids, right?
forgot about that. I forgot about the old internet thing. You know, we didn't have that back in my day, right? So, but now you take the internet off, it's like taking Atari away. We had Atari back in my day. It's a
I know. I did too. I loved my Atari, and when my mom would turn it off, it would make me so angry. I remember getting so angry at her.
Yeah, I do too. So let me just say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You have a heart to give. You have a heart to serve. We certainly appreciate it. So much that you've shared that's not only going to help us grow, but help us reach the people that we were called to serve. So I want to turn back over to you to do two things. One, as we close out, share how they can connect with you once again. That's important. And then whatever your closing thoughts are, your closing comments that empower and inspire folks as we close out this segment. Once again, thanks a lot for being on here. Thanks, Angel. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Benjamin, for all the work you're doing behind the scenes, making it happen. We appreciate everyone that's out there. Over to you, Brandy.
Awesome. So I just first want to say thank you for the invitation to be on your incredible show. Like I said, I've totally become addicted listening to all the stories. How many of you love stories, right? You can connect with me on BrandyShaver.com, and it's Brandy with a Y, S-H-E-R, Shaver, like electric shaver, like, you know, you're going to shave your face, and .com/formula, or you can find me on social media anywhere. Connect with me. Let me know how I can help you. And then the last closing thoughts is I just really want you to get this, is that this is about serving other people. Your business, whatever it is you're doing, it's about serving your people, and your tribe is out there. I promise. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm brand new. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no audience. You have these great ideas, but you don't know what to do with it. Just know that you keep moving forward, work on building your audience, get clear on who your perfect prospect is, and serving other people, and everything else will fall into place. And being grateful. That's another key.
Be grateful.
Yeah.
Serve plus be grateful. Tina would love that, by the way. Once again, thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We certainly appreciate it. For you out there watching, thank you for watching. Here's how you give a digital applause. Hit the share button. Yeah, I know I said it again, but hit the share button right now and pay this message forward to your audience. I want you to know as you're listening, you're already amazing. You're already incredible. Every single one of you out there, you've got greatness inside you. And for you, today is your January 1st. You can build your audience of Raving fans. Today is your January 1st. You can use technology. You can use technology, the right technology. You can use it to actually grow your audience, stay connected, and build much deeper relationships that allow you to serve them at a much better level. With that being said, put your sunglasses on. I believe the future is bright, and for you, the best is still yet to come. My name, by the way, for those folks that is watching, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone, and I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember this, that time is long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. So you got to live in the moment, and you got to make it count. God bless. We wish you success. Thanks a lot. We appreciate you, Brandy. You're amazing. We're out of here. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Peace. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
later. Bye-bye. We got it.
Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Check.
Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Man.
Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. If you doing it, put your hands.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.